Hello and welcome people back to the last episode of Let's Play Berserk Millennium Falcon.
Hey, the Berserk armor.
Mm-hmm. It is the greatest thing ever. Essentially, they actually went out of their way to like recreate your entire the entire way you move around, the way he attacks, the way you do everything, just for this one fight. Like
I
you
noticed.
see?
All new animation, that's cool.
Exactly. And the way you dodge is amazing.
You could have so easily just did a model swap and been done with it.
Exactly. But they went just this one step further. Well, quite a couple steps further, as you see here. Of
Dude,
course,
it's already dead. You don't have to slice the pieces.
That's more fun.
I mean, that's how you keep the combo going in Drakengard 2.
I know that, but still.
You slice the corpses up. They I mean, there is no dead like deader.
Right.
Or how Persona 1 would call it, dead, more dead than extinction.
Yes.
I like how he's using his sword with one hand. That's pretty cool.
Oh yes.
And he just did Tempest Strike there. That was pretty nice.
It's there's honestly not that much difference with how I move around, simply because, like, oh. As I was saying, there isn't much difference in the way in how fast you attack if you had already upgraded your sword speed up to max. There is a difference, but it's just not quite as noticeable. But if you haven't upgraded it to the max, it's like night and day.
Right.
Good lord.
痛みを失った人間はとてつもない力や俊敏さを発揮します。人体の限界を超えて命の危機と引き換えに。
But yeah, it's really nice that they do actually give you like a moment of get used to those new controls before you actually fight the guy.
Yeah.
Because while he does control better, it's, you know, a little bit more floaty.
Yeah.
And it's completely different than what you're used to throughout the last 13 hours of the game.
Right.
I gotta say, I do like how in this form he got to run on all fours. Pretty cool.
Oh yes.
While somehow
Especially
still holding that giant slab of metal.
Yes. That is what happens when you decide to dodge.
Nice. He shouted so loud it cracked the screen.
He screamed because he knew once Puck showed up, he was screwed.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Take it to the face. I missed with the thing with the stuff. But yeah, compared to before, we can actually damage him now. And even when you do get hit like by a counter, it isn't quite as tremendous as it were before. And now it's broken.
Yep.
And we can finally actually do damage to him. Although he's also faster. Or at least he seems that way.
For a guy named Gunbeard, I expect a lot more from him.
Well, I expected him to have more facial hair.
But yeah, now you're just shredding him. Christ.
Exactly. I wanted to get one more counter before, but I don't think I succeed in the end.
Screw it.
Yeah. And also, what's... Wow. I didn't notice that before. He stabs him pretty damn hard.
化け物みてえに強いけど、今日はなんか桁が違うって感じだぜ。
危険です。これ以上あんな戦い方を続けていては。ガッツさんは甲冑の呪力で痛みを感じていないだけなのです。ダメ。オドの勢いが激しすぎて、今の私じゃ電話も通らない。
And another save in the middle of the fight.
I like how she kept moving her mouth while waiting for you to.
Hey, look, it's the
Save.
thing our sword was designed to kill.
One thing I wanted to also mention, a very interesting little touch is when you have this form, you are incapable of using either crossbow or the knives.
Only the cannon.
Only the cannon and the bombs. Basically, anything that kind of requires concentration.
I see.
In a way, if you know what I mean. Anything that isn't just slash harder. Anything that requires like a little bit of aiming or whatever. As you see, they're not even an option.
Yeah. So, guts for Mortal Kombat X, am I right? Or am I right?
They should totally do
You're
it.
pretty much right. This
You'd
fight is
probably be
also
hard
the
to
only.
license.
This fight is also the only place in the entire game where the frame rate actually drops at a couple of occasions, but it's nothing terrible. It just like it goes slightly slower.
Right.
But it's way too awesome to keep the correct frame rate.
I like to imagine Isadora there was talking about the dragon. He's like, huh, there's something different about the guy he's been fighting. Really? What do you think it is?
I don't know.
Seems pretty much the same to me.
Did he get a new
Yeah.
Gucci purse?
That must be it.
全然聞いちゃいね
Yeah, essentially the trick to this fight is you have to get all of the sign attacks slash counters. And you do that by either slashing him more or or sometimes by using the arm cannon or the bombs. It will just almost automatically do that.
Guy's barely paying attention to you.
well, if you get to that point, he can barely do anything. But yeah, you also at a certain point you also cannot do much to him from that place.
おい、今手足があさっての方に向いてなかったか？
甲冑です。甲冑が折れた手足を補強しているんです。以前の所有者は全身に鋼の刃を食い込ませ、全ての骨が砕け、全ての血が吐き出すまで戦い続けて説明したと聞いています。師匠様、なぜです？あんなものを。私どうすれば。
あなたがやるのです。
師匠様、
あなたが道を示すのです。力の乱流の中にいる剣士殿。
わかりました。やってみます。込まれたら血がバラバラに。お師匠様の護符がガッツさんの自我が崩れるのを防いでいたんだ。いけない、流れに委ねては。思い出して、あなたが旅する理由、今戦っている理由を。あなたの名はガッツ、楽園の剣士ガッツ、楽園の娘キャスカを守る者。キャスカ。
So yeah, the fight goes as it went before, exactly the same. Except he's slightly bit more aggressive, but that doesn't really mean much, to be honest.
So for those
Except
who didn't,
for this.
yeah, that was a big hit, dude. But yeah. So for those who didn't get it, the armor doesn't so much heal Guts as it so much just kind of holds them together with duct tape.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So yeah, he can still get wrecked pretty hard.
He basically gets the Megas XLR treatment.
Pretty much. Just kind of slide his limbs back together.
Yes. As long as he doesn't bleed himself to death.
Right?
だんだん人間離れしてきて。
そう、あれじゃまるで。
Keep stabbing him in the ankle.
Yeah, they kind of don't run out of use, so to say. Like, you can just keep stabbing on one particular leg, and it doesn't really matter. See? This one was theoretically out of use, but it still counted.
Right.
And there I missed the thing for some reason. I guess I did. I guess I didn't notice because it happened so, you know, so early after one, after the one that happened before it.
Right.
攻撃を受けて
Thank you, Sir Pig. Thank you. What else could Guts cameo in over here?
Yeah.
Soul
I don't know.
Calibur,
There was
maybe.
that. There was that whole contest about a new character in Super Smash Brothers.
Oh my god.
He has Nintendo written all over him. You know,
Has he even
kid
ever
friendly.
Has he ever even been on a Nintendo console?
I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, so he's out sadly.
It would have been hilarious though. It's like it would have been almost as if they put Bayonetta in.
Right. Although he could totally be in the next PlayStation All Stars. Just saying.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
風の精霊よ我に力を
Yeah, this I was just kind of I knew this wouldn't do anything, but I just wanted to check if it was going to stop the fire.
Nope.
It doesn't.
Fire exists outside of time, apparently.
It's the element of the environment.
Yep.
Thus it does not get stopped by time, because time does not affect the environment at all. That's how world works.
Yep.
I like how the fire still hurt him.
Right.
Yeah, that is pretty weird. Although, you know, he does get hurt by a freaking arm cannon, although what wouldn't?
Right.
So all in all, the lesson is that losing his arm is the best thing that could have happened to Guts.
Exactly. I don't know if it's just me, or did it always seem to you guys that Zod had hots for Guts?
I guess on some level he probably does, from a cool fighter standpoint.
攻撃を受けて
A bit. And he still has that whole thing where he reattaches his arm.
Yeah.
It's so adorable.
And he still goes down like a bitch.
幸いなる南の王
A bit. Well, he does do damage that you can give him. And now we hear the opening scene, the opening theme.
大丈夫なのかよ
So put your glasses on.
まともに
Yeah, Zod totally wants Guts. Totally.
Don't stop.
I see it.
Show me your real Dragon Slayer.
Hurt me. Hurt me,
more.
Guts. A lot. Please.
このままではガッツさんは
想像を絶しますね
ガッツ
変なんてもんじゃねえぜ
Power
Insert
level.
your own. Yeah, insert your own over 9,000 joke here.
We're not gonna
It's
do
over
that.
9,000.
Shut the hell up.
Show me your power level by pressing square repeatedly. Into the face.
大丈夫。よくやりましたね、シール家。お行きなさい。
そんなやだ、私。
あなたには分かっていたはず。その時が来たのです。己の行く道を探しなさい、愛弟子よ。命はその姿を変えるだけ。あなたの夢の中でまた会えるわ。
お師匠様。
あなたの巣立ちに祝福を。
さよなら。さよなら。私の日だまり。
ここまで来れば大丈夫だろう。ガッツさん、
ガッツさん、
ふざけんなよ。
大きいのキャスカを連れて行くんだろ。
いつの間にか賑やかになっちまったな。
ガツ、しっかりしろ。私、ガッツさんの声が聞こえました。本当ですか？
なんて言ったんだ。
うるせえから眠れないって。信じられない。
大丈夫そうですね、これは。
キャスカさん。キャスカ？はあ、
俺は最初から心配なんかしてねえけどな。
ういやつよの
うるせえお、受けた。少しはお堅い頭もほぐれてきたか。
別に私は。そうよ、受けてるんじゃないわよ。笑いもんになってるのよ、あんたたちは。
なに？
やめてください、喧嘩は。よっしゃー、行くぞ、我がふるさとエルフヘルムへ。パックダウン出陣。
もっとだ。
ですから本当は
So yeah, that was pretty much the entire game. There is some more content, but I don't think I'm gonna be covering it. It's like additional modes in which you just do a boss rush or kill a given amount of enemies, and it gives you more stuff, like actual new weapons.
I love how his name is spelled Guts in the credits, but all throughout the game they call him Gatsu.
Yeah.
That is
that's great.
hilarious.
Yeah, I'm
That's
noticing the parts in this game that are actually in English.
Yeah.
Possibly because, like, you mentioned that the menu screen in the Japanese version was still in English.
Yes.
Maybe the end credits are also entirely in English. That wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, that might be.
And apparently I was voiced by Atsuko Tanaka. What an honor. I have no idea who that is.
I'm gonna need to correct that.
Yeah, I'll have to check because I have the actual copy, so I can check when I eventually finish it.
Yeah, I mean, you can just exchange the disc and look at it.
So overall, me trying to view this as somebody who has never seen or read Berserk, Berserk is an uplifting, timely, wholesome story about a man who fights demons in the name of justice and gets many friends and always saves the day with his true convictions. Right? Right.
No.
That's not bad. I mean, if you want to look at it from one perspective, then...
Oh my gosh.
But did you enjoy this game?
Well,
Yeah, it was cool.
I certainly enjoyed replaying it.
Yeah.
It was. It's overall a very good game. One of the better ones in the genre of kill everybody.
Yeah.
Even with its small faults, it's still a very enjoyable experience, especially if you can play it either on an emulator or on a modded PlayStation 2. Definitely recommend it, and I recommend it even more if you're a fan of the series, because as you've seen, they do justice to the source material in a lot of ways.
Right.
It's one gigantic fan service with just one pair of boobs that belong to Stan.
Yeah. However, it's totally not as good as the Dreamcast game, which did everything completely 100% perfect.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
No. And you think this was actually
come on.
made? This was actually made by people who normally do nothing but WWE games.
So what I'm hearing is that Guts is going to be the next WWE game.
I wish.
That's what I'm
I
hearing.
would totally buy it.
He'd probably eat all the other wrestlers.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
It wouldn't be a contest.
No. Also, it was created by people who mostly make WWE and for some reason made a game called The Dog Island. About dogs wearing hats RPG.
Yep.
So all over the place. But yeah, they definitely researched their material. It's a generally a very good surprise from a licensed title. I mean, this would even be a good game if it weren't a licensed title,
Yeah.
which is a rare occurrence.
So now I'm really in the mood for some Griffith hot cocoa. Ryan, get me some.
I don't have any of that.
Why not? I'm supposed to be a fan.
Oh, Guts. I thought you were asking for actual cocoa.
No,
I
don't
don't.
know.
Ryan. Oh my
What?
god, you dropped the ball. Never mind. I'll explain later.
Well, why you're not asking for Guts Ginger Ale is beyond me.
There you go. Let's see. Now you get it.
They probably discontinued that, I think.
Probably.
For those who are curious, during the first Berserk movie, there was a promotion at there were several, but there was one where this one store was offering Griffith White Cocoa and Guts Ginger Ale.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So inappropriate, but I want it.
And I always wanted to try those too. I was always so curious.
I can only imagine them being like with Chibi, Chibi Griffith and Chibi Guts on them.
Oh god. And in the tiniest cups too.
And they would always be like they would always put them in the stores in such a way that the Griffith ones would be like looking looking at the Guts ones. The Guts would be very grumpy, and Griffith would be like you know, checking him out from afar.
Yes.
Totally.
Totally. But how could you not say this game or series is full of sunshine and rainbows? I mean, look at this imagery.
I know.
Yeah.
Fun now.
Also about this scene, I absolutely love that they didn't go the easy way and rendered all of the faces as flat textures. All of them are actual faces.
Yes.
That was amazing. Yeah, that
Shame
scene
the
was.
company never did any more games like this.
Yeah, it's a real shame.
Yeah.
Movie gallery has been added. Yeah, they just give you more thingamajigs every time you new spring-ins unlocked. Yeah, I may have to look at that. When I unlock everything, I may make a video of all of the weapons and stuff. But I'm not making any promises when.
Right.
So until next.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me. This was very fun.
Yeah, it was very fun having you around to explain all stuff.
Yeah.